rattlesnakes here than you can shake a stick at. One of the most well-known killer animals in Arizona is the rattlesnake. The question is just how many types of these snakes are roaming that state. The answer is more than enough. There are 13 different species of rattlesnake in Arizona, and all of them have a potentially deadly bite. Luckily, most rattlesnake bites are on the ankle or hand because someone was being careless or didn't see and hear the animal. The snake is not out to get you, and they'd rather be left alone anyway. These bites are less threatening, and while they can lead to muscle damage due to the neurotoxin in the venom, they don't tend to be deadly if they are treated right away. However, if you disturb one and get enough of their venom in your body, you could die. So watch where you step and stay on the trails, especially in spring. More if you're afraid of snakes, you definitely don't want to see the prehistoric 40-foot-long Titanoboa 27 of 77, the scariest animals in the world, age of 31, the worst things to find under your bed. Tarantulas are usually harmless. Usually. Although they look incredibly scary to some, tarantulas are generally the least of your worries in Arizona. They are fairly docile and can even be kept as pets by those who are not scared to death of them. However, they do have venom which they use to eat their prey. They don't have the sort of teeth to chew like other animals, so they will instead use their venom to liquefy their prey, then use their stomachs to suck up the liquefied insect. Rest easy. If one were to bite you, it actually wouldn't liquefy your hand or anything. It would hurt, and it would cause some irritation, but these arachnids are content to leave you alone so long as you leave them alone as well. These bark scorpions can glow and sting. These guys can glow in the dark when exposed to black light, but this is definitely one creature better left undisturbed. All scorpions are venomous to some degree, and Arizona has a ton of different scorpion species to pick from, but the bark scorpion is particularly problematic. The sting of one of these scorpions can cause not only severe pain and swelling, but also vomiting and a feeling of sickness that can last up to 3 days. Luckily, few people have died from these stings, but it has been known to happen, and children are at even greater risk of sickness due to their size. They also have a tendency to infest homes and can be difficult to get rid of. More scorpions, 7 of 13 of the deadliest Texas animals that'll make you watch your step in the Lone Star State, 18 of 20 years. What 20 different animal species look like pregnant, 4 of 12 truly strange infestations that could be taking over your house right now. It's not a scorpion, not a spider, but all weird. You might have heard of a creature called the camel spider before, but you probably didn't know that they live in Arizona. These guys are technically called solifugi, but they have a lot of different names in different places, and are said to resemble both a scorpion and a spider, and can be seriously mean if you mess with one. But, contrary to popular belief, they are not going to kill you. It's a common misconception that they can poison you instantly or cause your flesh to rot right off your bones. In reality, they don't actually want to bite you, like being in your shade, and they are not actually venomous at all. That being said, if one were to bite you, it would be incredibly painful and could lead to some serious bruising. Tarantula hawks are creepy and badass. Arizona giant centipedes will have you counting legs for days. Arizona giant centipedes will have you counting legs for days. Kissing bugs are not nearly as cute as they sound. This bug is called the kissing bug, not because it's sweet and cuddly, but because it likes to come and bite you on your face when you're sleeping. These bites can cause an allergic reaction, or at the very least, some uncomfortable irritation. However, it can also sometimes transmit something called Chagas disease, which can actually kill you in Arizona. About 40% of kissing bugs carry some form of this disease, and extreme cases of Chagas kill over 21,000 people every year worldwide. Luckily, there are few reports of death in Arizona, and only 7% of people report having allergic reactions to them. Oh, by the way, they can fly, and they leave their droppings everywhere, which can also make you sick. They are called blister beetles for a reason. These little bugs can be very pretty, especially those that live in Arizona. However, touching one could end up being a very nasty, itchy, painful time for you. When frightened or angry, these beetles can secrete a smelly, yellowish goo that is actually their blood. If it comes in contact with your skin, it can make you blister wherever the stuff touches. While this tends to be annoying and painful, rather than lethal, these beetles do pose a serious problem for horse owners. The beetles may end up living in their feed or may get killed while processing the feed, and if a horse eats enough of them, it can grow sick and even die. If somehow we ate a bunch of these bugs, we could potentially die as well. Don't lick the Sonoran desert toads. You really have to go out of your way to get into trouble when it comes to the Sonoran desert toad, but people do still find ways to manage it. These toads secrete a strong toxin from their glands that can coat their skin. For dogs, this can often be a death sentence, as even sniffing or picking up the toad in its mouth can cause the toxin to get into their system. However, because humans generally don't tend to sniff random frogs and toads we find, that shouldn't be an issue, right? Unfortunately, the toad also secretes a pretty potent psychedelic substance from its venom sacs, called 5-MeO-DMT. By licking the toad, a person can supposedly get pretty high, but too much can still cause sickness or even death. So keep it simple and safe, don't lick toads. Africanized bees can really mess you up. You might be wondering, what exactly is an Africanized bee? Well, they are a hybrid of Western honeybees and African honeybees, and they tend to be far more aggressive than your average honeybee. In fact, you might know them by a different name, killer bees. These guys have been known to chase people in swarms for over a quarter of a mile, and they kill people every single year. Because they attack in swarms, it does not matter if you have a bee allergy. The sheer amount and force of the bee venom can be enough to send your system into shock. In Arizona, it is now assumed that all bees you come across are some form of Africanized bee and are therefore best to keep away from. The Gila monster is one reptile that can pack a punch. The Gila monster is one reptile that can pack a punch.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.